Like Tartaria?
You don't know what Tartaria is?
I don't know what Tartaria is.
Okay.
That's my favorite
Yeah,
rabbit
break that
hole.
down.
Kyle Busch scripted ritual, this fake sacrifice, and how it's connected to Wayne Gretzky and Kobe Bryant.
Oh, look at him today. He's got his mask all tucked in today.
Hey, Segovia, back with another one. Make sure you guys watch from start to finish. That really helps the channel grow. But with that being said, let's get into it. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Kyle Busch scripted ritual, this fake sacrifice, and how it's connected to Wayne Gretzky and Kobe Bryant. Wayne Gretzky was at a hockey game, and the score of this hockey game was 4-1, the age that Kyle Busch died. He was in the booth 113. Kobe Bryant was drafted the first round, 13th pick overall. Wayne Gretzky's birthday is the same exact date as Kobe Bryant's death, January 26th. From that death to Kyle Busch's death, or fake death, is 3 months and 3 weeks, 33. The same as the initials as Kobe Bryant, KB Kyle Busch. What sticks out is the fact that Kyle Busch won $8.5 million in a out-of-court settlement when he sued a life insurance company. This is this year. Before his death, he was in a race talking about how he was sick or ill. Then he has a severe illness and then dies.
Pneumonia.
And then he goes out saying, not once, but multiple times, you never know when it's your last one. When it's like this, when it's too good to be true, then it is.
That knows he's in the position to demand those. So I think in that sense, he controls the narrative and when he would strike.
Take a look at this guy's neck. Something is off here. Look, I've been off the conspiracies for a while, but this one, it's just hard to ignore this one. This is going viral all over social media. This is on Fox News, and they brought on Bob Harward. He's a retired United States Navy SEAL and a former deputy commander of the United States Central Command. He was talking about what's happening with the war in Iran, but not many people could even pay attention to what the heck the guy was saying. They were just staring at his neck. They're trying to see, is this guy really wearing a damn mask? Is this like a bad AI? Is this a bad filter? Or is there just a very unlucky shadow that's not moving from his neck? This is the full YouTube clip. I just screen recorded it in 2x the speed, but people are now looking at all this past clips and podcasts and pictures to see if there's anything else that is off, because who knows, maybe this could be a mess, but of course it's probably just bad lighting. So Fox News, next time you have someone on, make sure that the lighting is good or you fix your filters, whatever the heck is going on.
I don't know, y'all. My lights are always set up at the exact same spot on the same exact temperature every time I film. And I'm budget compared to Fox News. So don't blame it on the lighting.
3 different kinds of lizards. I'll tell you all about them. They're called vril. The thing is, I'm not sure if it's 1 L or 2 at the end. It's vril. V-R-I-L-L or V-R-I-L. Germans were into them. They had a club with vril things. Anyway, there's like a 1 to 1.5 foot tall one. That's the vril type 1. It's got scales, red scales. There's a type 2 that is not parasitic, but it's still vicious, nasty, carnivorous. They're all carnivorous. And there's a type 3 that's 8 feet tall that has a real long neck and looks like a gray alien.
Rome, which runs Mexico, in fact, Mexico is the center, Mesoamerica, it's the center of the Americas. This is where the Jesuits came, installed their Inquisition. Mexico had a violent, vicious Inquisition. They've got the eagle, the Roman eagle, right in the middle of the green, red, and white, exactly the same as the Italian flag, which comes from the Persian flag, which is horizontally green, white, and red. Because the Roman elite families, the Farneses in particular, the Orsini, the Pallavicinis, Aldobrandinis, they're all from Persian. They're all Iranian. Iran is still behind the Vatican. Iran is the source of this Babylonian system.
This is the second time in 3 months that I've got an empty casket in Nashville, Tennessee. Something has to be done. I've been digging now here for over 2 years. And this is only the second time that I've felt an empty casket.
You didn't get fired yet?
But I did again today. I've contacted the authorities. I've contacted the funeral home. I will be on live tonight to show more info, but please be safe out here. and watch who you let bury your loved ones.
Do all billionaires use so much copper on their houses? Professional carpenter, and I've worked on many billionaires' houses out in Hawaii, and they all have one thing in common. They all use completely copper plumbing throughout the whole house. And many of them use copper gutters, and some of them use copper roofing. These people who can buy the best of the best and they want the best possible material for every individual element of their house, they always use copper plumbing. So I look into copper, and it's an extremely healing element. Copper is antimicrobial, meaning it kills 99.9% of bacteria within 2 hours. Copper lines are also just long-lasting. They last between 50 and 80 years. It's used in Faraday bags to block radiation. Dramatically attenuates Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and cellular radiation. Not many people know this, but back in the day, they used to always, as standard, make door handles out of copper and make handrails out of copper because it's always been known that it's antimicrobial.
Just started last night. It gets worse.
They don't have copper.
Like you can put a.
That's orange juice, y'all.
And it's on both sides. There it is. There it got worse. Like the girls went to go take a shower and they started hollering saying, "Daddy, come and look at this." I went and looked. And I said, "Golly, Neds." And turned on the hot water side. It was clear for about 5 minutes. Then it was the same way. But you want to know what? I would love. Look at that. Golly, Neds. Look at that.
Damn. That's orange
I would
juice.
love for somebody from the government, county, or somebody to come down, and I like for you to drink it. That's what I want you to do. Drink it, see how you like it. That's disgusting. That's a brand new well, $11,000 well that me and my grandmother had to get drilled here. And now, 5-6 years later, we got to deal with this.
That's sad.
Is that normal? That is not normal.
Is it nighttime or daytime in space? It's a fucking simple question, Sean. You're an intelligent man. Is it nighttime or daytime in space?
Depends which side of the Earth you're on.
No, it doesn't. If you're in space, if you're in fucking space above the planet, is it daytime or nighttime?
There isn't any.
It's fucking daytime.
Are you switching them out for all American flags? Oh, just that one?
Every other one.
Oh, every other one. Yep. Yeah, nice. Well, it does look like this big flag is going to be replaced because I can see it right here. Brand new. This last one also has the American flag here.
It's crazy, y'all. They do that out there for us.
The world is a stage, and it really feels as if we are being mocked with this Palm Beach Pete character, or Jeffrey. It really feels as if we are being mocked. Because it's honestly bizarre how this man has become famous pretty much overnight over a incident where he was seen driving a car looking like Jeff, or the fact that he has his own private plane just like Jeff. Now, I'm not saying that he is Jeff. I'm not. But don't you find it bizarre how somebody is, profiting off of looking like
that's what's crazy.
Certain individual? Don't you find that bizarre, or am I the only one out here finding this bizarre, how this man has become a celebrity pretty much for looking like a certain somebody? There is something weird going on with this, because again, ask yourselves this. Why is this man, pretty much blowing up out of nowhere? Why is he being heavily promoted on social media platforms? And I know it's ironic because I'm doing this video, but there is something off about all of this. What do you think?
Oh, look at him today. He's got his mask all tucked in today. Tell me that don't look strange. And he doesn't blink. Remember yesterday's video?
With one cat.
I don't know, you guys. This is getting really weird. They tucked his shit in today.
And once again, the more I look at this shit starting to make sense. So I pulled some of the water. Like I said, that's the earth. And we in this damn glass. But above that shit would be where God sit at. You see what I'm saying? Once you get out that water, you in heaven, in the heavens. So water is under the fucking earth, but this glass is on top of it, and we can't break out of that shit, but it's water around it.
Gatorade just said they're removing all the harmful dyes and the flavor won't change at all. Then what the hell were they there for? You're telling me we've been drinking neon colors for no reason? Just for fun? That's insane. So the drink stays the same, you just decided to stop making it look like highlighter fluid? Nice. Follow me, your hair won't sit right all this week.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. Going to the store now, going to the store is like...
It's just all junk. Everything in the grocery store is just
like,
junk.
This shit don't even look good no more.
You know?
Like,
it's crazy.
7-year-old me would have loved this whole view right here. This shit look disgusting. This is human kibble. Human kibble.
Yeah, human kibble.
Go get your human kibble. Bread that can probably sit on the shelf forever. Bread can just sit on the shelf. Got bread at the house that's been there over on what? Probably any old.
And the music.
I mean, it's everything, though. We got a clip coming up later of strawberries doing what they're doing. Stay tuned for that. Pick your poison.
Listen to. I actually did a study on rap, country, rock, and classical music and heavy metal. We did a memory task with high school students, and heavy metal was the worst. Classical was the best.
Oh, it
the
is.
second best was country, which shocked us.
Where did rap fall in the
right behind heavy metal.
Oh wow, because that's like one of the biggest forms of music today is rap and hip hop. So.
And music so influences how we feel. And so you want to be careful with the inputs, because you might not think they matter, but your subconscious mind's listening.
Yeah, absolutely.
In 1997, I was by Harvey Weinstein here at Cannes. I was 21 years old. This festival was his hunting ground.
I'm not even going to talk about the drama that just dropped on her right after this video, because that's just a distraction. They handed a live microphone to a woman that they knew was vocal at the exact place where the things happened, in front of the very people that covered it up. And think about this, Courtney warned everybody back in 2005 on the red carpet and got blacklisted for it. Then 13 years later, says the exact same thing on a massive stage. The pattern is always the same. I'm not going to go on about who else was in that room, but it definitely didn't start or stop with this one guy. Go and look who was sitting in the front row of that audience and look at their faces.
The leader of a...
It's the machine wasn't done with him back then. That's why she got blacklisted, right? And it's going on right now. We got people that come out and talk about Jay-Z. And what do all his friends do? They come out and back him up. Did anybody come and back up P. Diddy? No, because the machine was done with them, right? No one came out and spoke and vouched for Diddy, saying, nah, I was there. He was a good guy. I never had him. Nobody. But everyone's doing that for Jay-Z, but the machine's not done with them. Look at Drake. We talked about it on a past video. They had him on the Super Bowl halftime show, calling him a PDF file on the Super Bowl halftime. So at the Grammys calling him that. But the machine's not done with him.
Certain country, the I country, said Jesus has no power over basically evil. That is beyond a tragic statement and a wrong statement, because anyone that does believe that means they don't have the strength to understand the power they have to serve others in a way that will make life better.
Only for the two sides to remain far apart.
I don't know what came from this, y'all, but the time I got this video, it just broke.
Now they're also releasing 150 million liters of human a day in the Ganges River.
Oh dear Jesus. You can smell it. How much sewage is coming out there right now?
150 million liters per day.
How many people's sewage is that?
1 million.
So that's the of a million people flowing into the Ganga every day.
Yeah. This is just one drain.
Environmental scientist Rakesh Jaiswal has been campaigning for a cleaner Ganges for 25 years.
It's a million people flowing into the river, untreated, no effort at all.
And here's what it looks like on the graph.
There's the heat map. You can see this from the moon. I'm kidding, but that's like feces concentration, parts per million, and obviously look at where it originates from, and this affects the world, you know?
It is really hard to convince me that ritualistic sacrifice in the entertainment industry is fake when an up-and-coming entertainer has one family member or several family members die back-to-back or at the same time, and then suddenly they're on every TV show, movie, podcast, and commercial. That's not weird to y'all?
People tell me like the Mexican cartels are doing straight black magic.
Well, they are.
Right.
That's a fact.
And I mean, imagine like these are people that are trafficking humans. They're trafficking drugs. They're cutting off heads. They're killing with impunity.
And not just killing, but torturing.
And torturing.
So that to me is always a sign that there's something religious going on. So you torture others for one of two reasons, either to elicit information. You know, I'm going to waterboard you till you tell me where the terrorists are, or you're doing it for its own sake because there's something about human suffering that brings you power. And that's when we touch and pleasure,
which is another,
and maybe adrenochrome. That's when we
cases.
are bumping up against the supernatural realm. If you're going to kill somebody, why would you torture him first? But they always do.
You know, when they show these documentaries and they talk like, you know, the locals trust those guys more than the politicians because, you know, when it's Christmas time, they give them food, they give them, you know, backpacks for back to school, they give them clothes. Like, I don't think that's why. I think they're more scared because they see the things hanging from the bridges with none of the tops on them. And, you know, I think they put more fear into them than joy. You know what I mean? But they always use that excuse.
Guy named Carl in Wyoming.
Ooh, I love some missing
He's hunting
411,
in the
baby.
Medicine Bow National Forest alone. Sees some elk 100 yards away, lines up with his rifle, boom. And he says, Dave, it's like everything went into slow motion. I see the bullet come out the gun about 3 or 4 feet, and it drops to the ground. He says, I walked over, and he goes, the elk didn't move, and I pick it up, the bullet. I put the bullet in my pocket, and then 2 alien-type entities walk up to me, and they engage him in mind speak. And what they do is they eventually take him on a craft, and they take the elk on the craft. And it's like the elk are frozen there in time. And they have him march behind a screen. And they said, we don't want you. You're going back, mind to mind. And he goes, what's going on? He goes, you're going back. He says, the next thing I remember is falling 10 to 15 feet. He's guessing. He hits his shoulder, probably displaces it, and he rolls down a hill. They're already searching for him because he's missing, his wife, the sheriff. And they take him back, and they take him to a hospital. And they're taking x-rays. And he had tuberculosis scars as a kid. Those are no longer there. And he had other medical issues that are completely cured. The investigators came out, and the Wyoming Department of Law Enforcement looked at that bullet and did an exam on it. And they could not figure out what that bullet hit to make it deform in the manner that it did. I have pictures of it in the movie. It's very odd.
See if you can find are the pictures online? I'm looking. Of course you are.
If you go to Tubi, Tubi, Missing 411 The Hunted, the movie's there for free. You guys could watch
also
it.
check out Gearhead's Gone Wild.
I haven't seen the UFO Files one yet. Oh, shit.
Okay, so no tuberculosis scars, the bullet. So I'm talking to Carl, and I said, well, why do you think they sent you back? He says, well, I think it's because I had a vasectomy.
Yep, I was going to
said,
say.
oh, did they say anything to you about that? No. Okay. So he was 91 years old when I interviewed him. Sharp as a tack.
How old was he when this encounter happened?
I think he was 38, 39. And again, this happened in the Medicine Bow National Forest.
Where's that?
Medicine Bow is directly, I'd say about 75 miles northwest of Cheyenne. So at about the same time, the Air Force Base in Cheyenne is having a group of cluster UFO sightings above the ICBM sites. And that was never made public at this time. It was 30, 40, 50 years later through Robert Hastings and other Air Force personnel came out that these documents.
You know, I love some missing 411, but that is a common theme, like German descent, some type of German blood, or like some type of medical condition, and vasectomy is a big one. A vasectomy is a big one, y'all. And, you know, I used to run the mountains listening to him on podcasts, just clips of him running. Love some missing 411.
This is becoming one of the most devastating betrayals we've ever seen.
My boy don't
with
like
our
strawberries.
food. As research is now officially showing, children near Driscoll's berry farms have 38% higher childhood cancer rates than the California average, and the residents have one simple ask: stop spraying pesticides near school grounds. Local Santa Cruz County residents have been demanding this for years, but the largest berry corporation in the world continues to rake in profits without feeling the effects of what these chemicals actually mean for the people living next to their fields. And the thing is, they're not doing it alone, because big grocery buyers like Costco fuel this directly by demanding consistent fruit and high yields at scale, which makes heavy pesticide use almost inevitable. And the most ironic part of all of this is Driscoll's website literally says they invest in people and places so they can thrive long term. But children in the counties where they grow happen to have nearly 40% higher cancer rates than the rest of California, which doesn't sound like thriving to me, and residents have been raising this issue for years and hearing crickets, while innocent shoppers at Costco and grocery stores across the country enjoy these berries completely unaware of what's happening at the source. So while we wait on Driscoll's to respond, the most direct thing you can do to apply pressure is shift your dollars. I've been able to do this on the Localize app by finding so many small local berry growers using practices without synthetic pesticides.
I wish I could show you the absolute demons that trained us in boot camp, because they were guys that had been the first ones into Fallujah in Iraq, and Baghdad as well. And those guys were an absolute different breed of Marine. At that time, I remember they always told us this story that before they went into the cities, the Air Force dropped flyers that basically said, and it was either Pashtun or Dari, which is the two different dialects of what they speak over there. Anything moving is dead if you don't get out by this date. And yeah, they called them stormtroopers. Anything that moved was shot, killed, bagged, and tagged. And those were the guys training us. There was one who was a kill hat. Kill hats are just the guys that absolutely break you down to nothing and build you up into the man they want you to be. And I remember hating this guy. His name was Staff Sergeant Chambers, but he was an absolute animal stud of a Marine. And this kind of shows you, I mean, I guess nowadays they would consider this hazing, but we didn't do it again, whatever it was that he was hitting us with.
I mean, they break you down, build you up. You go out there and do your business, right? Anything moving, off them. And then when you come back, you're like, loose change, like, bye. Like that's crazy. And they get you at 17, 18 years old. They get you at a young age where your mind's not sharp. Imagine if you weren't allowed to get in until like 25, like a lot of people probably wouldn't, especially now that we're seeing what's going on more and more and more with these wars. Like, I can't say I don't see people who would join because I don't have the balls to do it. I didn't have the balls to do it, but you got to be a certain breed to do that, especially knowing the politic game, how it is, But kudos to you, man. I can't hate on you. You're just doing, you're doing what you believe in, but these politicians, they don't got your best interests. Shouts out
We
to
are
all the
so
military.
close to the scariest, most dystopian system. This is what the drive to build all these thousands of data centers is about, to micromanage the world's population through the new financial world order. AI is really about that. We're heading towards digital control systems where we have no more control over our liquid assets. It will be programmable, permission-based, so only what the central planners allow you to use your money for, at what time and place and location will be permitted. And if you're in the wrong place, it's not going to work. And if you're buying the wrong book, it's not going to work. Your money won't work outside a certain zone, whether it's 15-minute prison zone or whatever it may be. It is the totalitarian dictator's dream come true.
And they just slowly get us there. Slowly but
Like
surely.
Tartaria?
You don't know what Tartaria is?
I don't know what Tartaria is.
Okay.
That's my favorite
Yeah,
rabbit
break that
hole,
down.
honestly. Well, I think like before our country was found, 1776, I think Tartaria was a thing prior to that. And they wiped out all of the information like we have on it. And Tartaria was like an era of time where they were using free-flowing energy. They had technology like we had now. Things were flying through the sky just using the ether, atmospheric energy. And the Tartarian people, they were giants. A lot of them were washed away in the flood, they say, which I think was also like it flooded the entire civilization. And I don't think it was natural. They had these buildings to where like geometrically, it was all like based off of geometry. And so everything was harnessed from the atmosphere and people were 7 and 8 feet tall. And these buildings have doors that are 12 feet tall.
Which
wide.
they still have today. It's
crazy.
Right. And they're still there. And the little points at the top of those buildings, those were to harvest energy from the ether. And they used like copper and everything was bliss. And then they wiped them out.
So if you look at modern day DC, look at the buildings. So the buildings to this day, they still don't know how they built them. The carvings of it looks like laser, like somebody used a laser where they carved it. If you look at Capitol Hill, if you look at all the DC buildings, there's no way they built this hundreds of years ago without any kind of superior technology. There's no way.
They say the same thing about pyramids.
So the 12-foot doors that she's talking about, why do they have those in DC right now?
The 12-foot doors?
Some doors are like 30 feet tall. Massive doors. I'm like, why do you have this? For what?
For who?
Like huge, like oak, crazy thick doors that are massive. Why do you have that? How'd you build it? Look at the World Fair in Chicago. Look at all the World's Fair. How did they build all those buildings? There was what, paper mache buildings? There's no way. Like if you pull up the World's Fair in Chicago, San Francisco, it's Tartaria. Like if you look at these structures and they just built it just for the World Fair, there's no way.
Americans are starting to have to pay to go to work, and no one's in uproar about it.
It's crazy. I know.
And your president said, I don't even care about that. That's not what I'm thinking about.
I don't think about American finances.
Come on.
That is a strong freaking statement.
That is so profitable.
Like what he said he cared about is Iran not getting one of those warheads. When we saw what happened in Iraq, like imagine that. We already know he's lying about their warheads, right? We already know. And then he says, I don't care about Americans. I don't care about their finances. What's that got to do with me?
Pathetic at this point. And if people still want to be a part of the cult and be
that's
like,
crazy.
oh, he just meant this, he just meant this, I'm tired of the whole like, oh, he just meant this. These words came out his mouth. And that's if it's your guy. But when your boy says it, Trump or whatever, this MAGA movement or the cult movement, Trump says something, and it's like, you got 5 different excuses about what he meant, what he could have meant. No, this is supposed to be the most the top of the food chain in the country. I should not have to be like, oh no, this is what he meant. This is what he meant. I should be a well-spoken, well-thought-out, calculated individual. Yep. What comes out my mouth comes out my mouth. And that's what the Iran is starting to know. Not starting to notice, they've already noticed it. Like the words, the words that come out this dude's mouth, it's He's not about that life. That's why they keep playing with him. Americans haven't realized that yet. He's playing with y'all too.
Shakira really morphed into a demon on stage. That wasn't just some musical performance. That was a whole ritual. And you could see it in the way that she moved and slithered across that stage. The evil eyes she gave, like something was completely lurking in the dark. Something was completely manifesting on that stage. Oftentimes, if not all, these celebrities allow these entities to take over their bodies as alter egos, which seems so infantile of a name. It's like layman's terms for really a demonic spirit to take over and use them in a way that gives them more stage presence. I learned since I was a child that a lot of celebrities go to voodoo priests and they get charms, and these entities will come into their bodies and use them to make their music sell, to make their stage performances excel and captivate people in a way that turns into a hell ritual, because it's in honor of Satan, it's in honor of the enemy, the gods that they serve, for giving them the fame, power, and the fortune and the accolades that they have achieved. A lot of times you guys look at certain people like they're so innocent and you don't expect that of them, but really, like, none of them are really innocent. Like, you can't really put it past anybody. And it's not just in the music industry, but the acting industry, the dance industry, whatever, you name the industry, it's all there. Satan's the same Satan to everybody. And a lot of them are offered to give up their soul for the riches, to give up their body for fame, you know, to these demonic spirits. And so seeing this manifest in real time was honestly so unsettling. Every time I would rewatch it, it just did not change. Like, it just looked so sinister. And that goes to show you that demons are real. The spiritual realm is real. And these entities taking over their bodies are a real thing. This was just so creepy. Oh my gosh, y'all. Like, I've seen demons a lot, but this was wild. I used to love my Shakira back in the Waka Waka days, though. Like, that was my song, okay? But I haven't really liked her since. She's been on some stuff, and she probably was on some stuff then that I really just wasn't aware of. But yeah, you can't trust these celebrities for real.
Watch this. We were all wrong about Kris Jenner's real transformation. It might not be surgery behind all of this. For the past few weeks, Kris Jenner has been appearing less and less, even though she's the Kardashian mother, and we usually see her everywhere, as if she doesn't want anyone to notice what's happening to her face, and it perfectly matches what people had already noticed a few months ago. Kris Jenner kept hiding her hands under gloves all the time, because her hands revealed her real age. Her 70-year-old face looked like a 40-year-old woman's, but her hands didn't lie. And now it's her face itself that's starting to expose what she's trying to hide. Because $300,000 worth of surgery fading this quickly isn't normal. Any surgeon at that level should be capable of doing work that lasts, unless it was never really normal surgery in the first place. And that's exactly where it starts becoming strange. Some people have believed for a long time that whatever Kris Jenner uses to transform her face has nothing to do with ordinary surgery, that it's something else, something only accessible to a certain circle of people, a process nobody is supposed to know about. And when you see how fast everything is deteriorating, it raises a real question. If it's truly just surgery, why isn't it lasting? And if it's something else, then what exactly is it? Because what we're seeing in this photo isn't a face aging, it's a face returning to reality.
You know what's crazy is, like, there's still people following them. Like, Kim Kardashian will get a new man and they'll be like, man, you guys are such couple goals. Like, I wish I can find this love. And people are still liking, they're still getting millions of likes. And it just baffles me that people still follow these people, right? Like, still go to these concerts, still go and worship these concerts and worship these people. And maybe I'm just older. Like I said, I've never been to a concert. I never really liked an artist that much to go spend money to see them perform. I just never have. But people still worship these people, even though all this information is out on them.
Paralysis, A lot of people on like the internet say, oh, it's like a demon is holding you down and shit like that. No, it's not that a demon is holding you down. It's that when you have sleep paralysis, you're in between a state where like reality and like almost a dream state. So pretty much that realm is controlled by your mind. And whatever it is that you believe, whatever principles it is that you've adapted, is going to affect your experience. Because it's natural. Once your mind wakes up and your body can't move, your brain automatically goes into a panic state. You can't change that. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is that a lot of us do the like it's like fight or flight. Like a lot of us do the fucking fight because of what we're told. Like, oh shit, like there's a demon. Some people like, you know, might even hallucinate. Like I've had hallucinations in that state too. Like you see things and shit like, oh shit, I fucking see an evil lady or whatever. But that's all based upon your mental state. Like it's literally you versus you. When actually sleep paralysis is a gift because it is literally the gateway to astral projection. Once you embrace the fact that like, you know what I'm saying, you can't move or whatever, once you don't psych yourself out, you remain calm, you know what's the next level? You literally move out your body. You literally move out your body. You know what I'm saying? It's like the government definitely don't want us to know that. Like, they don't, like the government actually classifies astral projection as remote viewing. Because literally, so once you're able to, like in this realm, like you see how we're all up and we're awake, you see how we walked into this building? Now that our consciousness is familiar with this space, we can revisit it as a ghost or as a spirit through astral projection. Bro, I don't know about y'all, but I'm able to fly off my balcony as often as I want to and like go explore the world. You know what I'm saying? Like I've done it a few times and it's like a muscle. The more you practice it, the stronger you get. So to all the kids out there, don't be afraid of sleep paralysis. If you're having that, you're actually gifted. You're actually blessed. You know what I'm saying? And you can do wonderful things in this world. Just don't adopt the fucking spookism that they've given us. Because a rightful king or queen must be able to travel between worlds, or else you ain't shit. Period. A great tool, once you're there and it's like you're scared or you're panicking, laugh.
Yeah, exactly.
Laugh in your head. Like laugh at whatever you're seeing.
What do you think might be going on with these people?
So when I was in law enforcement, I worked on the SWAT team, and we had canines assigned to our team. Joe, I can't ever remember us looking for someone with a dog and the dog didn't find the person.
Right.
I have 1,200 to 1,500 cases where they bring a canine to find a missing person and the dog can't track, won't track, or turns around, comes down and sits down and is not interested in tracking. That's totally outside the behavior of a dog.
Isn't that what happened to that woman recently that went missing? That was a part of this whole group of scientists that were involved in propulsion research.
Riza?
Yeah. Same sort of situation, right? She was with her friend. They were hiking. They had just talked. The friend was ahead of her, and the friend turned around to ask her a question. She was gone. They do an investigation. They bring in dogs. Can't find anything. The lady's just gone.
100%. You're 100% right. It doesn't make any sense, and it fit that 411 criteria that I laid down, which is why I did a video about it.
I sold my...
It's so crazy, y'all. Like, that's how it happens. I used to run the mountain all the time with my brother-in-law. Y'all, I've been running this mountain since I was like 13 years old. I know it like the back of my hand, that trail. Right? There's a bunch of trails, but the trail we would always run, I know it. Like, I can do it with my eyes closed. Not really, but I could. Like, I could map it out right here and just do it. All the turns and everything. That's like, we would give each other a 5-minute head start. So, you know, I'm not on his ass or he's not on my ass, right? So we can, you know, do it at our own pace. That's like him giving me a 5-minute head start and I disappear forever. Gone. No footprints, no signs, no broken bushes, no blood spills, no nothing. Just disappear forever. Been running that mountain since I was 13. Know it like the back of my hand. Like, that's how these missing 411 cases are. They know those mountains like the back of their hands and gone without a trace.
To a demon called Belphegor, and I got a modelling contract out of it. I had to join basically a satanic secret society. There's people there, obviously I won't name names, that are all very well known from the TV, from politicians, and they're all part of these groups The rituals that go on, they include blood magic, sacrifice, human sacrifice, all kinds of horrific ritual magic. But when I decided I'd had enough, and a couple of my friends went missing, and I knew they'd been off or trafficked.
How many testimonies from people who have been on the other side do we need before people start realizing that this stuff is very much real? A very famous one is when Roseanne Barr says something similar on a talk show, and she says she did a deal and eventually he came to collect. It's the worst deal you could ever do. But unfortunately, some people are so desperate for material things and validation and fame that
Yeah, it's crazy to have that mindset.
Literally anything. This guy.
Here we go.
There's something back there walking. Like a giant.
Right, that's that. Minute 10.
What is going on, you all? Who is this right here? What happened to Jeff Bezos? I don't know what's going on anymore, you all, but these people are looking different. Again, you tell me what's going on. Maybe this is the prime version of Jeff Bezos. Maybe that's who this is, right? Or maybe it is Jeff Bezos. And, you know, there's nothing to worry about here, right? But what if something else is going on here? This is the Jeff Bezos I remember. And he had a little bit of that droop on one of his eyes, right? So who is that other guy? I don't know what is going on, you all. I don't know what is happening anymore. Again, maybe there's nothing to this at all, but you have to admit that there are a lot of bizarre things happening anymore when it comes to any of these people, these celebrities, and the list goes on. Something weird is going on. You tell me what is going on here. Do you think this is the same guy on the right side of your screen as the left side of your screen? Something weird's going on, y'all. What do you think?
All right, folks, we got to talk about this. This was during an interview on Fox News, and I don't even know where to start with this. At first, I thought it could be a mask because how it's moving, and then I think maybe they're just using AI on news now, which is also believable. I think the funniest thing about this is I was about to start recording the audio for this video, and my buddy texted me this exact picture and said, "Who or what do you think this is?" Because who or what is the perfect question to be asking. Everything about the video is unsettling to me. His eyes, the gloss of his face. I know he's done interviews on Fox News before, but what the fuck is wrong with his neck? You know when people lose weight, their folds of their neck move in different ways, but it doesn't move like this. This is like a full-on glitch. You know, it could be the seam of a skin suit, because it definitely looks like the seam of a skin suit. I just want to know how no one realized this when they posted it. Millions of dollars go into these productions, and how did you not notice this dude's neck looks this freaky? Or maybe they want us to see it and they're just putting it in our face. That way when they do release those fake alien videos that you know are coming, we can look back and say, oh, you remember that Fox News interview with that guy with that weird neck?
Of a dramatic change where we are about to, and I'll say this boldly, we're about to abandon the traditional system of money and accounting and introduce a new one. And the new one, the new accounting, is what we call blockchain. It means digital. It means having a almost perfect record of every single transaction that happens in the economy.
I need to talk to you. I need to talk to you, bro. I need to talk to you. I need to talk to you. It's about my mama. I need to talk to you. Because my mama, she tithes every week for this church. She tithes every week for this church. Every week she tithes for this church. She gets her rent.
She comes into her, she dips into her water and her electricity and her electric bills and everything, and she ties with your church. And when she thinks she doesn't tie, she thinks she's gonna miss her blessings. So what are you doing for elderly women that comes to this church and they can't afford to tithe? What are you doing?
That's so crazy. They tell you that too, y'all. Like I remember I went to church. I'll never go back to it, right? But you know I was saying in the past video I need to go back, y'all, and I do, right? There's churches out there that don't. They hand it around, but they don't say that. You know, if you donate whatever tithe, you'll be blessed, right? Like that. That's a red flag to me.
What are you doing about it?
Everybody can tithe.
Everybody can tithe?
Yes.
Everybody can tithe? That's how you feel? That's how you feel. My mama been going to this church 10 years, Pastor. 10 years. 10 years. And that's why I got the video up here to record you. My mama been a member of your church 10 years. 10 years. And you saw you have to say? When she's short on her bills, she called me. She called her sister. This is not right. Some elderly people cannot afford to tithe every week. Not afford it. It's not right.
What is the issue?
The issue is that my mama is going down. She is not financially able to tithe every week. That's the issue I'm having. That's the issue I'm having. She's been a member of your church 10 years, Pastor. What are we doing for the elderly people that's not afford to tithe? What are we doing?
Let's not discuss it here. We can set up a meeting.
Oh, so now you want to walk off? You want to walk off? You want to walk off? We're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about this.
I mean, like he doesn't have a gun to her head telling her, you know, give me your money. Like it's her choice at the end of the day. So why are you you need to talk to your mom, I think, right? Don't go over there and don't hate the player, hate the game. Like it's not his fault she's putting all her money that she doesn't have in the basket. But, you know, it's a cold game, y'all. Like it's a cold game, but I don't know, y'all. Touchy subject. I'll just skip over it. I could go on a rant about that, but it's touchy.
During a live TV show, Brazilian presenter Silvio Santos shocked everyone when his teeth started to look terrifying. They appeared sharp and pointy. His teeth even seemed to change shape constantly, like they were trying to return to normal. It clearly wasn't bad oral health either, because this is what his usual smile looks like. But the strange part is, he wasn't the only one. Many other famous personalities had also been caught on camera with their teeth transforming the same way. All these videos couldn't be just a coincidence. Could this be a slip that revealed their true identity? In Florida, a TikToker approached a street worker who looked very unusual. His eyes were pale and cloudy, and his teeth were long and sharp. Out of curiosity, the TikToker asked if he had some kind of deformity, but instead, the man said something terrifying. He claimed he was exiled from a land beyond the ice wall, and that our realm was a prison for him. The TikToker ended the talk quickly and posted the video the next day. His viewers started connecting his words to those theories about a secret land beyond the ice walls.
Everybody talking about the Volkswagen-sized catfish, that's a myth. There's a picture of them at the Pickwick Inn on Pickwick Lake. There's literally stories of welders who went down and sat on one, thinking it was a log to take a break, underwater welders, and it came out from up underneath them. They surfaced and said they were never going back down there again. Those catfish do exist. If you go up close to the dams, and some of them you're in 80, 90, 100 foot of water, that's where them catfish lie at. Volkswagens, they're big as Volkswagens. You know, and people say, you know, well, why have we never seen one? Because they're down 100 foot. They're 100 foot down. It's another reason why I don't really care to swim in the Tennessee River, because I know there's catfish the size of a small SUV down there. If y'all don't believe me, y'all think this is a myth because every dam in the United States has the same story, go to the Pickwick Inn, go look at the photo they took when they were building Pickwick Dam back in the 30s, and go look at the catfish that they pulled up beside a Volkswagen.
Check this video out of the school mill. Mind you, he knocked down 3 of them. So the advisor, the teacher, is recording this video, right? But he's paying attention to how much sugar's in there. Look at that.
21
I want you to pay
grams.
attention to that.
Just has 60 grams of sugar, 63 grams.
Right?
Not counting his lunch.
Man, bro,
Apples,
dog bones
oranges.
moving. You feel me? But look right here at that ingredient.
There's one where they decommission a train, and so they just board it up behind a brick wall. But like, it's horrifying because in this universe, they're sentient beings.
Yeah.
So you're just boarding up a sentient being behind a brick wall to never let it out again.
Oh yeah, it's fucked up.
Yeah.
When we watch the shows.
Yeah.
He pranks Gordon.
Okay.
That's what it was. He pranks Gordon, but his prank was like silly, I think. Like he said something or like honked at him and woke him up early or whatever.
Mhm.
So to get him back, what he did was he waited till like Thomas was like hooked up to the back.
Mhm.
And then he like drove around really, really fast while Thomas kept screaming, "My feet hurt, my wheels hurt." And I was like, wait a minute. I'm watching it. I'm like, yo, this is like really fucked
Wow,
up.
they did the trade equivalent of like tying him to the back of a pickup truck?
Yes.
Damn.
Like, dragging him around for a little while.
Damn. That's
Yeah, he kept
crazy.
saying like my wheels are grinding, but there's nothing I can do to stop this. Gordon just keeps going.
It has now been confirmed that America's #1 strawberry brand is directly tied to cancer. Driscoll's, which controls 1/3 of all U.S. strawberries, gets sprayed with up to 371 chemical pesticides before it ever reaches your family's table.
They are coating your children's strawberries in mosquito spray and marketing them as organic. Nearly every U.S. strawberry begins as a lab-engineered clone blanketed in Captain, the exact same chemical found in paint preservatives, submerged directly into fungicide baths, allowing 3 separate carcinogens to seep deep into the flesh. And that is only the beginning. Those berries then get bleached in chlorine and sealed inside plastic so thoroughly that no amount of rinsing can remove the residue. Nearly 1/3 of the strawberries Totsi scanned came back positive for bifenthrin, a chemical that has been directly linked to cancer. Scan what your children are eating before they take another bite. Comment Totsi to scan any food for free.
That's why I always say we live in a dream world, because we use everybody else's dream. Like this iPad was Steve Jobs' dream. This camera was somebody's dream. This pen was somebody's dream. The clothes I got on was somebody's dream. The house I lived in was somebody's dream. We use everybody's designs and creations, but we don't design and create nothing ourselves. We take what the world give us, but we never add value to the world. We are creators. We was never taught how to think. We was told what to think. And still to this day, we're being told what to think. We're not being taught how to think. You know what I'm saying? And like, man, like I said, we live in a dream world. We use everybody's designs and creations, but we don't create nothing ourselves. Like everything we use today, somebody got rich off of it. Everything we look at, somebody got rich off of it. That's crazy. Somebody got rich off this camera. Somebody got rich off this pen.
Off the paint on your wall.
Somebody got rich off this lint roller. But where did this come from? It came from a thought. It came from somebody's idea first. That's why I say we live in a universe full of thoughts and ideas. We live in a dream world where we create things with our thoughts, our words, and our actions. If all 3 of them line up together, you can manifest and create whatever you want. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. A man would be made or unmade by himself. A man is literally the sum total of what he thinks. We will become whatever we think about the most. Whatever you think about the most, that's what you will become. And I always give this example. How did Kobe Bryant become a Kobe Bryant? What did he think about all day, every day? He thought about playing basketball 24/7. What did he become? He became the greatest of our generation. We react to what we think. And what we think is what we've been taught. That's why I say you gotta unlearn and relearn. You have to unmind the mind. You have to not fill your mind up with useless information.
I say it all the time to you guys.
And you have to fill your mind up with information that's useful.
I say it all the time, y'all. I don't know where I saw this a long time ago, but this guy was saying, like, if you're having trouble dreaming, just drive down the street. Drive down the street and look on the sides of the street. That is all somebody's dream. that came true, right? Everything down the street. There's hardware stores at somebody's hardware store that love tools. There's all these things. But I also say too, like, if you want to get into fitness, watch nothing but fitness videos. You want to lose weight, watch nothing but videos about losing weight. You want to you want to become a millionaire, watch nothing but how to become a millionaire videos. Now, I'm not going to say you're going to become a millionaire, but your money will go up. I guarantee that. You'll figure out ways to make money, right? Like it's what you watch and what you listen to is what your days, what your life's going to be like. Point blank. You can change the way you think by changing what you watch. But make sure you watch Segovia Reacts first and then go do that.
I'm going to say this, right? A lot of people don't understand what AI is. Tell me the definition. What the A stand for?
Artificial.
What the I stand for?
Intelligence.
And what's intelligence?
It's the buildup of a collection of knowledge.
How do you get intelligence?
After experience and research.
So how did AI get intelligence and we don't know how he got it?
It's had the experiences of other people built up into it.
No, before the moment they made it, it was smarter than any human that made it. That's what I'm telling you. So, what is it?
It is a collection of it's calculated. AI
How
is
can a computer be calculated?
Every computer is calculated.
More than the human that made it? You're not making it make sense. I'm just telling you, we made something that we don't know what the fuck it is. Or what the fuck is answering when it's answering, but it's answering all the questions correctly. And we don't know how to come up with the answer.
So you're trying to say that it's so intelligent that it surpassed the creators?
I'm trying to say intelligence can't be measured. Because it's
about black extraterrestrials. There are many more different types of beings, human like us beings, out there in our local 52 star cluster. There's only one group that was never taken over. And it was a group of tall African Zulu looking people. And they developed far beyond, they were the first ones to travel from planet to planet. But the thing is, they never developed technology. They developed a spiritual shamanism type technology. They used crystals and other types of stones and even plants and stuff to teleport to other locations. So they were going to other planets, setting up commerce and trade with, without ever developing technology like a spaceship. And the reason they were never taken over by the reptilians, a very strong psychic group, a very negative group, is because they had developed themselves spiritually and psychically to a point to where the Draco would come in to their star system and they would cause confusion, mental confusion among the Draco, which is a major feat because they are a higher density group of beings that have very strong consciousness and abilities with telepathy.
Now, they already have a system called telematics, and that's where they can actually pull up cameras in real time inside the cab of their fleet vehicles. Now, they actually market this to insurance companies. Because
yeah, actually, there's people finding out that there's some of these cars that we're buying already, or some of the rented cars that already have hidden cameras and microphones. I'm going to show you guys a video that's pretty interesting in a few minutes.
Truth is, this is really about who owns the data and who owns the liability. Now, your name might actually be on the title of this truck, and you may have paid for it, but you don't own it.
Yeah, this is the entire problem.
Now, didn't file just one patent. They filed a stack of them, all within months of each other. Are you sitting down?
Yeah.
This technology patent doesn't just watch you. This one puts you in jail.
What?
Filed a patent, serial number 0104469, where the system takes your biometric data, your face, your iris, and your fingerprint, and it runs it through a criminal database in real time.
See, wait a minute.
This place doesn't add up. This is the Kalasa Temple in India. Now pay attention to this one, guys, because the Matrix tells us this entire place was carved from one slab of stone, that it was hand chiseled from the top down. Who honestly believes that? What you're seeing here is laser technology. In order to make this place, 400,000 tons of rock had to be excavated and removed, and yet none of this rock has ever been found or discovered. This is all from one stone. We're talking multi-level halls, perfectly carved pillars, symmetrical structures, even bridges. All these rooms and intricate details built from the top down. By hand. There wasn't room for a single mistake. One wrong strike and the entire structure is ruined. Now, according to fake history, we're told this place was built in only 18 years. Cultural legends say 7 days, but let's just assume 18 years. If 400,000 tons were removed, that is between 400 million and 800 million pounds of stone that just had to somehow vanish. Now let's assume 7,000 workers worked like robots, non-stop, 12 hours a day, for 18 years. Break that down and you're looking at them removing 60 tons per day. That's 5 tons per hour, by hand. And that's just the excavation. What about the time taken for designing, mapping the top down, the intricate carvings, engineering load distribution? Crazy part is, people would just say, oh, they had a lot of time in those days. Look, time doesn't create mastery. Time doesn't explain precision. And a lot of workers does not equal quality. Quantity never means quality. For them to accomplish this perfect degree of engineering, every individual there would have had to have been some superhuman master stonemason. This is also just one network of an entire system known as the Ellora Caves, just 1 in 34. There's no way we did this with hammer and chisel. That's fake history. That's even impossible now. To chisel basalt rock, you need tools significantly stronger than rock itself. And there's only 2 modern examples: tungsten carbide chisels, which weren't really invented until the mid-1800s, and diamond cut tools, which were rarely used or distributed then. And this is all from laser technology. Lasers. That or some form of highly advanced technology that's either been lost or being hidden from us. Now you might have thought history was boring, but that's only because you've been given a fake history designed to hide an incredible past.
Let me show you how they get you, right? This is $1 natural spring, and the polar spring is $2. And it says shop local because Poland Spring is in Maine, right? But then you go look at the ingredients.
Poland, Maine.
Where this is sourced from. This is sourced from Maine, Poland Spring. Same fucking water.
For $1.50 more.
Charge you for the label.
That little piece of plastic paper is worth $1.50, y'all, and that adds up. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. You made it this far. You know what to do. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Got a busy day, y'all. Got a busy day. Mama Bear's gonna go to her mom's once this baby wakes up. I got cleaning duty. I got a mop. I got a sweep. Big things coming. I don't know if I'm gonna share it. I'm not quite sure yet. I got to keep some of my life private, but I'm pretty sure, me knowing myself, you guys will be knowing the big news pretty damn soon. I can never keep a secret when it's Christmas time. Like, open your gifts before Christmas, right? That's how I am, y'all. But that's just it. That's just how I am. But anyways, make sure you guys, what really helps the channel grow is you guys keep watching another video after this. It doesn't even have to be my video. I would appreciate it if you watch this playlist or watch this video. YouTube's going to recommend to you. But if you stay on, I don't know why, but they say that helps the channel a lot. But I'm gonna get out of here. Hope you guys had a good weekend. I'm not going to see you guys until Wednesday. So make sure you guys binge some content from now until then. I'm going to see you guys on Wednesday, y'all. Big things coming. Later.